I really was sure that the INCRA 1000 SE was the best miter gauge I'd ever have. And then along comes the INCRA 1000 HD, and that turns out to be better yet. INCRA began with their finely machined guide bar fitted with these expansion discs that let you fit this to virtually any miter slot on the market. And they even include the hex wrench for making the adjustments to the discs. With the discs included with the kit, you can fit this bar to all standard size miter slots, worn out miter slots, and even the Craftsman undersized slots. By adjusting the discs, as explained in the instructions, you can eliminate all the side play with this miter bar, yet it'll slide back and forth in the slot very easily. The end of the bar is fitted with a removable follower for the T-shaped slots. This follower prevents the bar from lifting during the cut. The Mitre Head is where we find the major changes with the 1000 HD. This gauge has 180 laser cut notches, one for each degree, 90 degrees to either side of 0, and a clearly marked scale identifies each of the notches. The upper row of numbers identifies the complementary cuts. If we set the gauge for a 10-degree cut, the waist side of the cut will have an 80-degree angle on it. With this swinging scale, we can refine each degree setting by as little as 1/10 of a degree. To lock the setting in place, we use the finger-operated knob to lock the pointer in the notch, and then turn the main handle to finish locking the head in place. This row of 4 screws connects the fence to the Mitre Head. These screws are also used for adjusting the fence to make sure that it's square to the miter slot. The 2 screws on the vertical plate allow you to adjust the fence side to side to get it close to the blade. The end of the fence can be extended outwards to give you 31 inches of overall support. That portion of the fence moves on this beam that has its own scale that lets you quantify how far it's extended. This single bolt locks or unlocks the tension, and INCRA includes a special driver to operate that bolt and the others on the fence. The rib face of the fence has a special groove that can be used with the included hardware for attaching a wooden face or your shop-built jigs and fixtures. This scale along the top of the fence will help you set up your cuts. Because the 1000 HD can be used on either side of the blade, INCRA includes this reverse scale for use on the right side of the blade. The flip shop stop is made even handier than it is with these extra pins. You can use the long pin to keep the arms joined, the individual pins to separate the arms entirely, or use a combination of both. The flip shop stop locks into these serrations located along the top of the fence. This gives a very fine resolution on the settings. Position the stop assembly where you want it, and then use the thumb screws to tighten it in place. You can make very fine adjustments by turning this bolt that moves the whole stop assembly on its carriage. The stop assembly is normally mounted in the rear groove on its carriage. However, when we add a 3/4 inch thick wooden face, we move the stop assembly to the forward groove, which positions it correctly for the 3/4 inch thick wooden face. We can use the dual stop arms and the different pin settings for repetitive cuts, like starting out to cut a tenon. First, I'll flip the rear pin down to cut the stock to length. Then, after resetting the blade height for the shoulder cuts, I flip the second stop down, and I can make both of the shoulder cuts, and they'll be exactly placed on all the pieces we need. Whether you're cutting 1 or 100 pieces, all the cuts will be exactly the same with the flip shop stop. Whether you need to make a simple but accurate cross cut, or want to make your miter cuts spot on accurate, and be able to do both with up to 31 inches of support, the INCRA 1000 HD just might be for you.